Hi, I'm Annabel Karmel. I'm going to be showing you a recipe from my new book, Eating for Two, all about the best foods to eat when you're pregnant. So this recipe is my tender beef stir fry. Now, it's really important you have a good supply of iron when you're pregnant because you need iron for the developing baby, you need iron for the placenta, and you need about 20% more blood yourself. So the best source of iron is red meat. And I've got here some lovely tender sirloin steak. You could use fillet steak if you want. And I'm going to add to that a little bit of honey and some sesame oil. And just mix that together. Now, red meat's the best source of iron because it's the most easily absorbed source of iron. A bit of salt and pepper. There we go. Pop that in there. Now, whilst that's cooking, I'm going to prepare my sauce. So over here, I've got some hoisin sauce. It's a lovely Chinese sauce. If you haven't used it before, it's very tasty, very nice in stir fries. And I've got some mirin, that's a rice wine, so don't worry about alcohol, that all gets evaporated in the cooking. Pop that in. Some soy sauce. And then to thicken my sauce, I've got some corn flour and some water. Put corn flour in. And water. So mix that together. There we go. Let's give this a stir. So I'm just going to cook my beef until it's sealed and turns brown. You can see it's just turning now. The great thing about stir fries, they're very quick and easy, and you cook everything in one pan. So not too heavy on the washing up either. Now, iron's important all the way through your pregnancy. It's particularly important in the last 3 months. And that's because that's when your baby lays down the iron stores that your baby will need for the first 6 months of their life. So very important. Iron deficiency is so common during pregnancy. Right, almost done now. Now just turn off the heat. I'm going to pop this onto a plate. And I'll just set that aside. I'm removing it because if you overcook it, then the beef will get quite hard, and I like it to be nice and tender. So now I'm going to add a little bit more sesame oil to the pan and just heat that up. Now, when you have iron-rich foods, it's important not to drink coffee or tea because coffee and tea inhibit iron absorption. And the other thing is, if you're vegetarian, and so you can't eat meat, and you have something like spinach or whole grain cereals or lentils, which are a good source of iron, quite difficult to absorb, so make sure you have vitamin C at the same meal because that really boosts your iron absorption of non-iron foods. Something like a glass of orange juice or some kiwi fruit. Okay, so that's hot now. Now I'm going to add some broccoli, really nice healthy vegetable, and some red pepper. And just stir fry that for a few minutes. I mean, you can change the vegetables depending on what you like. I've just chosen some nice colourful vegetables that are really healthy. In the last few months of your pregnancy, like when you come home from hospital, you sometimes don't feel like cooking. So if you make something like a bolognese sauce and set it aside in the freezer, or a cottage pie, you're going to be really thankful that you did that, especially if you're breastfeeding and your baby's up in the night. You've got some good food to eat. Or tell your friends sometimes, instead of bringing you flowers, bring you some home-cooked meals. Sometimes you forget, like, a baby definitely changes your life. I know everybody tells you that, you don't actually believe them, but believe me, the first year is really lovely, but it's very demanding on your time. Okay, so now I'm going to add sugar snap peas, which are lovely and crunchy, and some baby sweet corn. And just stir fry that for another couple of minutes. So I always put the vegetables in that cook the longest first and then add these vegetables, because I hate stir fries that are overcooked. I like my vegetables to be nice and crunchy. So I've used some sirloin steak, but sometimes if you go to the butcher and you ask them for tail fillet, it's the bits of fillet steak that they can't sell to make a steak because they're too thin, and that's also really good in the stir fry. Now I'm going to add my sauce, pour that in, and return my beef, which we browned, back into the pan. And just cook that through for a couple of minutes. It's lovely and colourful. And you can smell that lovely sauce, the hoisin sauce, the mirin, gives it such a nice flavour. So that's ready. Now you can serve it with rice or noodles. And I've made some noodles. So I'll pop these in the bowl. And then spoon some of your delicious stir fry on top. It smells delicious. It looks so nice and colourful. And so much goodness in there. So there's a really tasty, nutritious recipe to enjoy when you're pregnant.